Well, hello and welcome.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Uh, oh, just getting ready for another super exciting episode.
Hopefully we are ready.
Oh, I'm fucking more than ready. I had a little bit of time on my hands, so I took a plunge off the deep end of the diving board that we know as Earth. And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Um, but first, how was the Gay Pride Parade?
It was it was fine. There was we were like in the middle. I was marching with Melissa cuz she works for REI. So REI was there in support of that stuff. And in front of us were the National Park Rangers, like not strippers. And then it was REI, and then behind us was this. I think it's a bar. Is it a club called Our Place? And it was a flatbed truck with a bunch of dudes in banana hammocks just twerking their
Yes.
fucking butt cheeks off, dude. And they had, I don't know what the proper word is for dwarf or little person or midget or whatever, but they had a little person as well on there, just going ham.
Just getting donged in the face. just
He's doing a lot of donging of his own, that's for sure.
good
Every time
for
I would
him.
we'd like look back because their music is fucking loud. We'd look back and the whole truck is rocking back and forth like a foot in either direction. It's pretty fucking funny.
Mm. Techno music.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
some weird
yeah.
mix between like the Lion King song and something like Katy Perry's Fireworks and like three other songs all mixed together.
Yeah, just because it's a stereotype doesn't mean it's not true. Awesome. What'd your shirt say? It was like out with Seattle or something.
Outside with Pride.
Outside with pride. All right. That's probably the best picture I've ever seen in my life. Just saying. You look like that puppet off of the Muppets that has the super long nose.
Gonzo? The
No, the old crotchety one that had like the feather thing. I don't know. I'm gonna find a picture. Somebody is gonna send it to me. I couldn't remember his name. He wasn't like a well-known character, but he was like a real grouchy, supposed to be like an old man, and he had that real long fucking nose.
I can't
Uh,
can't picture it.
Matters not. It was a funny
For sure.
fucking picture. I really liked it.
What about you? Did you have at least some time away from the work to enjoy something over the weekend?
Yeah, man, we had some people over for the weekend. Griff and Sarah and their buddy Mark came over, and then we got thoroughly fucking hammered. So that
Right
was
on.
good.
Hell yeah.
Drove to Beloit and bought rims for my 350Z. So that's one step closer to being back on the road again.
Is it? Do you have it with you?
No, it's still in Colorado. I got to go get
Oh,
it in a
okay.
couple weeks. I'll be
Right
making the
on.
trip out there. Looking forward to driving that for the second half of summer.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that'll be cool.
yeah. But so I started doing a little bit of research today, trying to find out what would be interesting. And I got a couple little things on the front here that I started with, and then I went down a rabbit hole like I
Sure.
so often
Like
do.
you do.
Yeah, and this one brought me back to a new push by the Flat Earth Society.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
They have more evidence.
oh, they're like attacking Discovery Channel, and like they're now going to YouTube pages they're not like they're like attacking the round Earth agenda, but they're just going to like Discovery's like this is what's happening with the Earth show. Like they've got these cool little segments which are good if you got kids or not kids, whatever. This is the type of shit they should be watching. And they're on there just like they're bashing them, and now they're using the same like insults that r- real people have been using against them for I don't know how many thousands of years now. But so they're on there like, oh, you round earther. Like,
Nice. Just like reverse shaming.
yeah.
I'm sure that's working
And
out pretty well for
oh,
him.
it's you can't argue with them because they say we base our facts off of only observations. And the rebuttal is so did the people that figured out it was round.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
now
that's-
we just
Yeah,
know
point,
it, but
counterpoint, end of conversation. It's fucking it.
like mathematically prove that the earth is flat and they go, we don't use the fake math. We get in a really tall building and look. And you can't deny that. It's like or you could.
Well, you can, because when you're not in a really tall building, you can't see as far.
Yeah.
There, I feel like that's probably solid enough evidence.
It
Like-
their ability to take fact and reason and then just ignore it because that's not proof, and then give you here's the thing. Go, everyone, do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube, watch flat earth videos, and if you can watch 2 in a row that aren't cut up old movies and like cartoon drawings thrown in, like I don't know who's making these, but they're all the same. It's like old movie clips of like, what is that? And then it'll like cut to some 1940s movie. And it's like, it's a map or blah, blah, blah. Like it's all this really poorly edited crap. It's all
That sounds like
clickbait.
crap. Yeah.
I don't know why that's the standard. Like somebody put out a memo like, if you're gonna make these, you got to make them.
Sorry, dogs
They're
are
going fucking
yeah.
nuts.
There's
back there.
there's a dog outside, so they're trying to prove how much more dog they are than
Oh yeah, they're much more
dogs
dog.
see.
They're
Yeah.
dogging it up. They're
Yes.
doing a good job of it.
Now they're being fed treats, so I'm sure this is positive reinforcement.
Yeah. We did a good thing. But somebody put out like a memo, I guess, the king of flat Earth, on how to make these videos, and I tried. Like I was like, you know what? Screw this.
On
There
how to make
is-
the videos?
Yeah, I guess because they're all the same.
Oh,
They have to
I
be.
got
Like,
you.
I don't understand. They're all the same. So there has to be like a central
like a hive
headquarters
mind.
for these guys. Yeah, that these guys are going to. So I was like, screw this. I want to find real video, like a real
Who's in
story.
charge here?
Yeah, let me get that guy. Let me get the one guy that's not an asshole. So I found a video that wasn't done with that super sweet editing, and it's because the guy filming it from his Nokia couldn't do that.
Sure.
Apparently, and this is a real fucking video, man. This isn't supposed to be a gag. This is a dude. He sounds like he's fucking Russian, and he's like, all you need to know about the flat earth like proof is this right here. And he takes a fucking soccer ball and he like dents the side of it in because it's deflated, and then he takes a water hose and he sprays the middle of it and goes, does the water stay in the middle? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I guess yeah, that's made a believer out of me. Shit, you just tell me about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Earth's flat. That's nope.
He goes, oh, I guess it's because I don't spin it. And then he like tries to spin the ball and then put water
Spray
in it.
with those.
And I was watching it, and I was like, there's no way it's a joke. And he's just attacking people that are attacking him. It could be trolling, I guess, but he doesn't look smart enough to troll people because he's like in like the just think of a fucking shitty Russian, like not a good Russian,
Like a
but
tracksuit?
shitty one. Yeah, like tracksuit pants, like hold up t-shirt, fucking cigarette with ash that's longer than the cigarette hanging off. He's just that guy. So exactly who you pictured.
I'm good. I'm good at that game.
And his buddy's like behind him, going, "See,
just hype man. He brought a hype man to his fucking flat Earth video. Hell yeah.
Anyways, so I then decided, how hard could it be to really disprove it? Now, if it turns out to be true and I'm an asshole later on, they did a real good job because somebody a long time ago sat down and did a lot of math. And I decided to do a little bit of my own because nobody had laid it out like this. Like they give very good reasons why the Earth is round, right? Like Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and then you can do a height and length measurement of a right angle and figure out where that should be, and using that formula you can figure out the drop of the Earth, right?
Oh,
So,
okay.
Um, if the Earth was flat and you went straight up 2 meters and then straight out, I don't know how many meters you want to go, 50 meters,
Sure.
and then back, you could measure the angle and get your distance, and you would know where you're at. Well, that doesn't work because the Earth is round, and then you can use that formula to get the curvature of the Earth. So mathematically, we have proven it. When they build super long bridges, they have to have guys come in and use that exact theorem to bow the legs
Yeah.
so the bridge lays right. If you go to sniper school in the Army, you have to take into account the curvature of the Earth for long shots.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do it, you miss. So that's proof. And people have thrown that out there a lot, and it's all lies, and they fucking, I don't know. I can't even come up with a good answer because all their answers are cut up into spoofs from old movies. So maybe it's just a big joke that they've convinced a bunch of people to listen to.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about the internet is the who's trolling and who's serious, and who sees trolling as being serious, and who's convinced by trolling that that is real. Like there's somebody out there that read like some sarcastic post that's like, fuck, they make good points.
Yeah.
But really yeah.
It doesn't make any points. But
No.
the flat Earth thing started getting more popular here recently because we talked about it before. That Bob rapper and Tila Tequila.
Sure, both relevant human beings.
Right. Who
Reliable
are
sources.
probably just grasping to stay relevant, right? Like
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, that makes the most sense.
yeah. B.O.B., unfortunately, was pretty popular still, so his doesn't make as much sense. Tila Tequila,
Well,
sure.
his was right before a record release. Like his
Right.
record was releasing the next day. So
Yeah, so yeah, probably all fake, but it got a bunch of people talking about it, and it is growing. More and more people believe this, and it's insane to me. I watched. I did find a couple good videos where somebody went and pulled all of the points people were trying to make out of the shitty videos, and they were like, "Here's a video without all the crap in it." So good job for that guy. But
it's just a blank screen and silence for 15 minutes.
and then it goes on like one of the big points, one they grasp onto, is that airline flights are lies. That this guy's convinced that there's certain flights that are impossible for nonstop airplanes, but they will book the flights and have them in terminals. But if you go, it'll say like the gate has changed. And if you go to the next gate, there won't be anybody there. And that's what he thinks.
Wait, what?
He believes that airlines book tickets from like South America to Africa that on a flat Earth theory is an impossible distance. You'd be flying on a flat Earth. You'd be flying over the United States and over the North Pole and then back down because instead of being next to each other, you mush it so they're way out. Right? So your tip of South America and then like the other side of the world would be almost impossible to reach with a nonstop flight. So they say that's why there's so many layovers and you got to go through. Like it doesn't take into account that airlines have to have hubs. Like you have to. Both my parents worked for 40 something years. My mom was a flight attendant for 40 years. My dad was a pilot until he turned 60 and had to retire. The hubs dictate where you're going. You can't just cross some borders. It just doesn't happen that way. Also, it wouldn't be economical. How many people are going to fly from Argentina to fucking name it?
Sure.
You know, over there. Like, those people need to go to Atlanta or something to pick up a lot more people to go over. But they say that the reason for this coming over to North America is to make a hop. So you're really not going east to get over there. You're just going north and then north again. You know, don't worry about the fact that climate doesn't work like that, and you would be all over the fucking place. But
I'm trying to picture like the layout of their flat Earth.
take the Earth and smash it like a pancake. That's how much thought they put into it.
Like in like from the poles, like pushing down on like the North Pole,
Yeah.
or like pushing down like on like what would be the middle, like just like the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
I'll do a good one. I'll bring up the flat Earth map here.
See, I just assumed it would be like a Pac-Man level, where if you just went far enough one way, you would come out the other side of the screen, and then
No.
you'd be fucking in Africa, right?
Okay, so the flat Earth map is the
Oh, God,
North
this
Pole
is a thing.
is in the middle, right? And Antarctica is all the way around. That's everything around. Like the very outside edge is a giant
Oh.
ice wall.
I see.
So what they're saying is, if you look at this and you were down, Brazil area, and you wanted to jet over to Australia, that's an impossible trip. With what they're saying, direct flight. So that these direct flights to these places are lies, and you could never actually get on that plane. And then he goes to like, what was it, Cheapo Air or something, and types one in, and he like, see this code right here? That code means it's not a real flight. And you know what his proof is? Me neither. He just goes
That's
on to
it.
his next point. He goes, that code means it's not a real flight. The
wow.
other thing I'll tell you is that this over, and he just keeps going. Like, fuck it. No rhyme, no reason. And these people scream that there is no proof. And their big one, and this was the one B.O.B. screamed about, was, and I replied to him on Twitter and tried to get into a little bit, and I just got my
Sure.
shit deleted for it, but whatever. He said, on top of a mountain, still can't see the curvature of the earth. How come you can't ever get high enough? And I just replied, turns out you can, and I showed a picture of the Red Bull jump, where you can very clearly start to see the curvature of the earth. If you look left, it's lower than it is right. But I took it a little bit further today, and I just got a bunch of fucking
boy.
numbers on my piece of paper here. Just
Dude,
in
this
case
map
there's
is
one
a
person.
fucking trip. Like, if you're listening
Yeah.
to this, you should definitely look at this.
Yeah, yeah. Bring up a flat Earth map, and when I mean Antarctica is everywhere, it is everywhere. It is
That's like the pie crust for
right. Yep, we're in
the
a deep
Earth.
dish pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Pe-
We're in a
peach pizza.
yeah,
Pizza
and
peach.
the outside pie crust is a wall that is guarded by a multinational force of assassins that have killed everyone that goes near it.
Yeah. Fuck. I
All
mean,
those
that makes
whalers,
sense.
all those Japanese whalers that almost eradicated like entire species of whales, that's a lie. They did never go down there. It didn't happen.
This this is a trip.
Yep, fucking bananas, right? So now there are, and where they're gained traction is that our map that we use, because we want it to be on a flat piece of paper, is severely distorted. I don't know if anybody doesn't know this by now, but when you look at the normal map, it shows like, what is it? Iceland looks almost as big as Africa. And it's not like it's distorted because you're taking a globe and you're peeling it apart,
Yeah.
so it fucks it up. But it's close enough. Like you know, nobody's using that and like walking. Look at that, it's not as big as it says it was. A little money back.
Yeah.
So stretching a globe onto a piece of paper does distort it. But they're saying again that that's more proof that they're right. I don't know. So, in response to why, before I get into this, their other one is the International Space Station won't give them a complete picture of the Earth.
Well-
It's always just a section.
Wait, what?
The International Space Station will not give a picture of the entire disk of the Earth. And that's true. Because the International Space Station still isn't high enough. And that's what they can't grasp, is the size of Earth. When you look at the moon looks little, right? Like that thing is little. It should just sit. You could put that thing on Rhode Island and it would just sit there
Sure.
and we could go play on the moon. It is a quarter of the size of Earth. Our moon is massive in comparison to every other moon in relationship to their host planet. That's why we're losing it. It's moving away from us. The thing's too big, and that's why lunar tide is so massive.
It's because it is so big and
It's
it does
just
pull so
fucking
much.
big. So we'll go off this. BOB said if you go up to the tallest mountain, if it was curved, you'd be able to see it at 29,029 feet. You should be able to see this. Why can't you see it? Well, if that's not high enough, then how come airplanes can't see the curvature of the Earth, regardless of the fact that at 40,000 feet you can see the curvature of the Earth on a clear enough day? But so the highest plane that has been the world record is 123,520 feet. That's 4 times taller than Mount Everest. And they say that when you look out that, you cannot see the curvature of the Earth. It's just an optical illusion from the glass that's giving it that curve, right? Which is fine. In comparison, you're still very much within the size of the Earth. I mean, if the ant doesn't know it's in a house because the house is larger than it can ever grasp size-wise,
Sure.
right? So that's like a microorganism in your eyeball doesn't know it's in a fucking eyeball. It can never get far enough away to grasp it. And that's the point, is they can't fathom the size here. So the highest balloon that has ever that broke the record is the Red Bull one. Again, they say it's a camera fisheye that gave the Earth the contour that you can see. Again, it's massive. So what they
Yeah.
want it like the Dragon Ball Z where that dude used to live. That's what they want.
Yeah.
They want to be able to run around it. Okay. That balloon was 1.1 times higher than a plane at 135,906 feet. Here's where it starts getting awesome. The International Space Station, which is 10.5 times further away than that balloon.
Wow,
So
really?
when they say, how come that balloon can't see it? And the International Space Station is lying when they show you that curvature. You're going to see 10.5 times more curvature from the International Space Station than you would from that balloon where the Red Bull guy jumped from. So 10.5 times more. The International Space Station, if you do, where I've got it on here, this theory.
I never thought I'd be sitting around talking about
Oh, gets good.
like flat Earth.
Yeah, no, but I man, they've been teeking me off. So if you use a visibility formula, which gives you how far from something given your size and its size you have to be to see something. In this case, we use the Earth, which is 510 million kilometers squared. The International Space Station can see 2.47%
Wow, that's it?
of the Earth. It's fucking huge. People just can't grasp it. Think about that. The thing is 1,425,000 feet. I did them all in feet just to keep the mountain seeming smaller and smaller here.
Sure.
It is so Mount Everest, super tall, right? BOB says you could see the whole goddamn planet from it. 29,000 feet. The International Space Station, 1.5 million feet, and it can see. Now you're talking about total. Obviously, it can't see the backside, right? So
Sure. Yeah.
2.47%. At any given moment, the best it can hope for is a 95% blind spot on the Earth. That's fucking gnarly. That's
Yeah.
most of it. So then you go, well, they took the picture from the moon. how come you could see the whole thing from the moon and not from the International Space Station? And this is how you know you're dealing with people that cannot grasp anything larger than themselves.
Distance? Yeah.
The moon is 926 times further away than the International Space Station. It is 1,320,000,000 feet away.
That's not even like comprehensible.
1.5 billion fucking feet, man. Like it's an inconceivable number. The
Yeah.
thing is so far away. The thing's a quarter the size of Earth. When you get out there, that means if you could imagine the sun, or sorry, the moon,
Just 4 times bigger?
yeah, just 4 times bigger than what it is right now. That would be what the Earth is to us.
From the moon?
That still wouldn't be that fucking crazy big. Looking
No.
at it. I mean, the thing's a dot. So 4 times that size, you'd be like, dude, that's a big moon. But it would still not be like we're going to reach out and touch it. So just that idea that we're such big beings, we're so big, why, how come you can't see it? I can look that way, and if I get if I get a $30 telescope, I can see further, and that proves it's not curved. 1.5 billion feet.
That's like, I don't know, it's just thinking that not knowing anything about altitudes or really how the space station stays where it's at, or it's just like space is a place. Like that's just a place where you
it's
go,
Earth
and that's
then
what
space.
space is. It's
Right.
not like it's just a distance. It's not a range of distances. Like Jupiter is just in space. It's not fucking millions of miles away. It's just in space.
It's just right over there. It's just when we go to space, we can go to all these places.
Right. It's just like the supermarket. It's just you can just
And I watched all of these videos where people tried to debunk them and people argued the fact, and I just don't think that these people, I think they missed the point that somewhere along the way, all of these flat earthers compartmentalized the idea of our little celestial body thing that we got going on here with the moon, and they believe that like it's Earth and then the International Space Station and then the moon, and it's like right there, like they could go to either one. The most impressive thing is if you believe in the moon landing or don't believe in it, this data, like that's a way more conceivable thing that we didn't get there in the fucking 60s or whatever it was compared to the fact that the Earth is flat, because that's a long fucking way away.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
holy hell,
Yeah.
that's a trip.
And I think they were peddling the rocket ship that got them there, right?
Fuck yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Hopes
dude.
and dreams.
Yeah. Just
Marilyn
shall we
Monroe's
get
tears.
together and pray to power our vessel today?
Yeah, power the vessel.
Flat Earth from moon. There's got to be a sick fucking CG picture of a flat Earth picture,
Oh,
right?
there's tons. The other thing is they won't tell you what, like, we can only drill to 7,000 or 7,000 feet. No one's ever gone past 8,000 feet in drilling, and James Cameron only went to 7,000 feet in his little ROV or his diving submarine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's proof, because after that, you would break through the crust. What they fail to tell you is the reason why you can't do that is pressure. And if on the other side of that there was nothing, the pressure would get less as you approach that point. It would get higher and then less. Just like if you went all the way through the Earth to the other side.
Sure.
Yeah, the middle would be more pressure. So if you're saying 8,000 feet is the end, then at 8,000 feet it would be better than
At 7,000 feet?
at like 4,000 feet or something, because the middle would be then your new ground.
Sure, yeah.
Right. But there's
Wow.
an exuberant, like there's pressure being forced outward from our planet and then gravity's pulling it in. That's what makes it the fucking ball. Damn it. But their big argument is if you look for images of Earth, everything looks CG and everything looks fake. And I found a way to do it. I found a way to get Elon Musk in today's episode.
Oh, cool. Let's do it.
So on Flickr, if you go to SpaceX's account, I'm going to shoot you.
Dude, there's a guy's theory on here from 1870 that says the Earth is a shell and that space is inside of the shell. So like the sun is in the middle of Earth. So like Earth is a Whopper, like a chocolate covered malt ball, and the malt in the middle is space and the sun and moon and all that shit, and the chocolate crust on the outside is the outside of the Earth. Wow. There's some fucking cool shit out here that is would be awesome in a science fiction movie, but
it'll drive you nuts fucking trying to figure all that shit out too.
It's incredible to me that people engage with this. Like
I'm going to send you this. I just sent you the picture. So this is a real picture, and you can find it. Go to Flickr, FLICKR.com, and look at SpaceX's page on there. And they have their deep space probe. This thing cooked on past the moon and kept going, and it's supposed to do, it says like weather analysis of space. Like this was one of the first probes that he sent out there.
Nice.
And when the final stage broke off, it relayed one final picture, and it is of our blue marble from an incredible distance away. And it's not only a disc, which is the big complaint, is that, oh, when you get far enough away, then it's just flat looking, even though you can't see all the continents, and I can't explain that. That doesn't matter. It doesn't look round. This ship was far enough away to capture it in its all of its glory, because what you've done is you've taken, if you can see 50% of the Earth, it will appear flat.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the curvature. Once you cross that plane, get far enough away, you can pick up 60% or so, even just over the tip, you will see the bubble shape go around. That picture right there is pretty powerful. Like I like that photo. It's grainy because it's taken way the fuck
from
out there.
Space.
Yeah, from 1.5 billion feet or so away. But holy crap! I was screaming. I had to stop reading and listening to the flat Earth shit and go and just do all of this bullshit math.
Just scream into a pillow
sure,
for a little
yeah,
bit.
just to make sure that I was still okay, that I wasn't believing any of this.
That's
horrible.
I really do wonder how many people like believe in that shit, or if it's like a bet one night at MIT that they could get people to believe that there's a flat Earth, and then now they're just like, well, check this out, and then a bunch of fucking people jump on it and start making their shitty little chopped together YouTube videos.
I mentioned it, I think it was on the last episode, that you can tell people that there's a boogeyman in the sky that watches them masturbate. And they will go to church every Sunday with zero proof. You show them the fucking Earth is round. Prove it mathematically. Take HD high-res video. It's all available now. It's all out there. And they will fight you tooth and nail on it.
You can't prove it.
Ooh. Yeah, I got a little spun up today. Just real, I got one other number that I didn't throw out, and that was the circumference of the Earth, which was 131,477,000 feet across. So even if you peeled the Earth all the way out and laid it from where it is now as a starting point and then kind of like rolled it out like a carpet, uh, you're not coming 10 more times before you make it to the moon.
Oh, I gotcha. Like if you like set it down and then put it to
Yeah.
itself perpendicularly.
Yeah, like rolled her on out. Yeah, the entire if you drove all the way around the Earth, you'd have to do that 10 more times to cross that gap.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, I think that's the crazy thing about space in general with a lot. I mean, I can't fucking grasp how big it is, but I understand that it's bigger than a couple feet.
You understand same as I do and the same as most people should be able to. If you try to imagine the distance, it should make you feel like almost nauseous inside.
Fucking insignificant.
Yeah, if you
Watch
don't
the
get
first
that
episode
feeling.
of the Cosmos and tell me how you feel after that.
Yeah.
Oh,
If-
maybe I should just kill myself because
Yep. You are stuck on a rock that is hurling through space. Oh my God, that's the other one. Jesus, there were so many of these bad arguments. One of them was like, well, we're not all flying off the side of the planet, so obviously not fucking spinning.
yeah. Yep. So what would keep us here if what's their argument that keeps us on Earth? What causes gravity on our flat Earth?
We're going up.
Oh, we're flying up.
I think that was one of them. Somebody said that we're chasing. I don't know, man. They don't have like no one has one answer for everything. It's always like, well, we're shooting up, and then like, oh, so we're moving up, and they're like, well, you can't be moving or you'd feel it. Like everyone's answer negates the previous answer. I don't.
That's
man.
like saying, well, if you had a nose, you'd see it. Well, we do.
Yeah.
It's just called gravity, and we're kind of fucking used to it. Like it's not, whatever. It's depressing that this has been brought up. It's depressing that we are giving them fucking acknowledgement. It's depressing that it's 2016 and this is even a fucking thought in an adult's head.
I guess the problem with me isn't that it's not just it's gaining traction. Like more people believe it today than they did yesterday. Like it's not getting better. Ignorance is going fucking through the roof, man. Someone forgot to tell them along the way. It's very important little things. How to do your taxes. Don't brush your asshole with your toothbrush.
and
the
then brush your
moon
teeth.
And everything is real fucking far away and you can't comprehend it.
Oh my god. Dude, these maps are fucking cool though.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna post some of these up on Facebook, and I'll throw up my new favorite picture, which is the probe. What probe was that? Way the by Discover, I believe. Yeah, it's the DS cover. Just before sunset at 6:03 p.m. Eastern. This was back in February 11. The Falcon 9 lifted off. It was SpaceX's launch complex. And it was carrying the Deep Space Climate Observatory. So
Nice. Did we talk about this? Oh, we did, didn't we? Quite a few episodes ago, didn't we?
maybe
This is the one that's going way the fuck out
Yep.
there.
Oh yeah, it's the I think first commercial deep space probe.
Man, yeah, I wish I
And-
remembered which art or which episode we talked about that on.
And it sent back
Oh.
a doozy of a photo. All the pictures on there are good. The launch, they did like a long exposure of the launch, so you can see like the whole trail the entire way up. Which, again, why would we launch rockets in an arc? Just for funsies?
Yeah, it's because it looks cool,
Oh, so
obviously.
they were like, we sent a rocket into space, and as soon as we tried, we immediately started berating the atmosphere with nuclear warheads for, what did he say, like 4 years, nonstop. And I was like, I feel like that didn't happen.
Wait, what?
So we were doing nuclear testing at the time.
Yeah.
And he's convinced that we found out, this one guy, Again, I'm not giving anybody's names because I don't want them to get credit for shit.
That's fine.
They believe a dome, a big glass dome, is overhead.
Who built the glass dome?
Jesus or
Oh,
aliens.
tell me. Oh,
Or
okay.
both. But it again, like some of it could go back to like a simulation type deal, but they think like instead of a simulation, we're like a petri dish. Sure, whatever. I mean, that's I don't know. Fuck them. The They say we started the arms race, went to space, and then figured it out. So then we just started launching fistfuls of nuclear warheads at the glass dome, trying to break the cap
Kinda
off.
Bust our way out of here.
Hmm.
So
And then when
space
it
is
didn't
inside
work,
of
they
this
just-
glass dome with us?
Oh, they're saying that no one has taken a 360-degree picture, and it's because just like a movie set, it's the fourth wall. There is no fourth wall. So we're the set, and if the camera was to spin around backwards and look out, you would see the glass dome. Again, the problem with that is a lot of people have taken fucking pictures. They just ignore them. Like they go, no, they haven't. You can buy a telescope and look up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could just look.
You could
the
use
sa-
that same $30 telescope that you're making
Same
stupid fucking points with and just look up.
Oh, I just want to fucking blow my brains out listening because that's right. Like I was saying, they always negate their own points. The same guys that say you can use a telescope to disprove the round Earth are the same people that say that you can't use a telescope to look straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fair point. Yeah. That's excellent.
And they say
Because-
we're too far away from the wall that surrounds the Earth to see it. But if it was a flat Earth, you could just go to Everest, the place that's high enough to see the entire Earth because it's in space, basically. And you should be able to use your $30 telescope and look at the fucking wall.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as there isn't anything that obstructs your view,
God damn it. I just lose my
like
fucking
a
mind listening to
building
these guys.
or the curvature of the earth.
Yeah, keep believing in a round Earth. Dude, their comments are they just, someone will write out like a thoughtful, like, you know how the internet is. They'll
Oh,
write
yeah.
out this very, like, okay, well, unfortunately, this is why your point's wrong, and this was already proven, and then if you use the theorem, and then here's this, and this, and then it's just like, keep your head in the sand, queer. Oh, all right. Caps
Yeah.
lock.
It's like,
Exclamations.
First response is, I find this hard to masturbate too. Second one is just like some terrible thing about the writer's mother. And yeah. I've started reading Overwatch conversations to Melissa because they're fucking hilarious. Yeah. People are fucking toxic. It's not just MOBA players, it's just the internet. Like the whole thing. Lost the pan.
I got a little sweaty. I got a little sweaty talking about all that. I got a little worked up, dude. I had other stuff. It'll be saved for next week, but I had all this like good stuff on evolution.
What else you got,
Oh.
man? Like I said, video games are a little thin after the wake of the Electronic Entertainment Exposition.
Oh well then. Minerals found on Mars. That'll be the next one. So we found a again, I don't know how we got to Mars with the dome. Maybe the dome's really big.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right?
Okay. So
Is Mars flat too? Is there
no,
a flat
Mars
Mars
is round.
society?
Just Earth is round because you can see all the rest of them from here because we're
With-
really fucking far away.
But
So you can see the sun like that's round. The moon's round. Mars is round. Jupiter, Neptune, even Uranus is round, but not Earth. And don't you ever fucking say it, or your mother's a whore. Love the internet.
love the
But so over on flat Mars, we found
Mars
a
flat?
mineral in.
Whoa. Hold on. The Google
There-
search is Mars flat or mountain?
Yep,
Mars is mountain.
Mars is mountain.
Sums that up.
Have you seen the girl try to figure out why, if you have a large pizza,
Oh, watch that today. That was tough. That was tough. I think there's like fingernail marks on my desk from just fucking Like she's gonna get it right any second now. She's
Any
gonna
second.
get it
It's
right.
a joke. Yeah, she'll get it. If anyone at home hasn't seen this, just YouTube. I don't know what to put in there. A girl, and then put pizza slices. She's British. She's yelling at another guy named Brad, which is pretty funny for me. But they ask her if you ordered a large pizza, would you have them cut it into 8 slices or 12?
Just
And
Google
why?
pizza 8 or 12 slices, and it's well, if you look at it on YouTube, it's the first video that pops up.
And enjoy it. That person gets to vote on shit. Just saying.
Yep. Yep.
But so, anyways, to the point here. Focus. Gotta focus. The Gale crater on Mars. Our rover has been drilling into this thing, looking for mineral deposits and things, because the impact crater gets us much deeper down into the soil. Is a good starting place, so we're not just digging
Oh,
the topsoil
cool.
that we know is fucking toast, anyways. And they found tridymite, TRDYMITE, tridymite. It's a silicon mixture. Now, there's nothing on, like, man, I keep looking it up, and they've been basically just regurgitating one little snippet that says they found this. But if you do a little bit of research on that mineral, tridymite, you'll find that as far as we know, the only way you can get that is from a volcano that's high in silicon, which means it normally is on a like a fault line, like has massive plate tectonic activity and water.
Oh, okay.
So that massive heat, the liquid, magma, when you hit the water, you can produce tridymite, and that's the only place we found it here. And what NASA's doing now is running tests to figure out, is there any other way to make it?
They found a huge amount of tridymite in like some drilling that they did on Earth, and they think that that's what brought water to Earth. So, I need to look into that. That was on one of Joe
Oh, they
Rogan's
think it's
episodes,
like
like a year and a half ago.
Like a meteorite?
Yeah,
Like a big old asteroid came down with it?
yeah.
Maybe that's what happened out there. I mean, they are drilling in a fucking crater, so that'd be interesting if it was a cosmic occurrence.
Hmm.
Right now, they're just trying to figure out a way to produce it,
Gotcha.
because as far as we know, it is produced on Earth. Like we make more of it, but it's near plates on active volcanoes that also have like water surroundings. Right? So you need
Gotcha.
3 things. So that'll be cool. I mean, again, I want to keep an eye on it, because that's like it. Like I was able to write a paragraph, and then that I had exhausted 4 videos to get that. And they were those super sweet videos where somebody does the type to talk.
Oh my god, dude! I started one earlier today. It was like 10 theories that you wouldn't believe exist, regardless. And it was just like it starts, and it's just music playing with text popping up.
Oh,
I
I
didn't-
could go with that better than the text to speak, like the NASA today found out that there was silicon on Mars, and it's that somebody typed it out and then they hit the fucking
Transpose.
yeah, where your computer reads that shit back to you, like when we were fucking in middle school and wrote ass
Yeah.
on
Brad flosses with pubic hair.
yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear it? Make him say it again. And then
Make
somebody
it-
just slams space bar.
Yeah. That was good times. Stop making YouTube videos like that. Just send me the shit. Get my link, send it to me, and I'll yell it into a microphone.
Sure.
Don't.
It's people
Don't-
that don't like the sound of their own
Mm.
voice. I mean,
I-
I fucking hate the sound of my own voice, but
That's why I don't listen to our own podcast.
right.
Suck a
Yeah.
butt.
I already had that conversation. I don't need to listen to it. These guys are idiots. Talking about flat Earth. Fuck this. I'm leaving.
So, I guess then if that holds water, then we're either looking at an impact that could have deposited water on Mars, also did it here on Earth, or we're looking at a much more active Mars previously. Because as far as we know, the thing's dead. It's got a cold core. I guess we measure in that somehow.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's a solid core, which is
Oh, wow.
there's no internal heating. The thing is just a
That's
big old
really
rock.
interesting.
There's also a massive theory, which don't worry, I'm going to do a bunch of pointless research onto it so we can talk about it later. That
Awesome.
someone has proven, quotes, that Mars destroyed itself with nuclear war.
Perfect.
It's right up the
Perfect.
alley.
Who? What do you think? What do they have any idea who inhabited Mars?
Jesus.
Just him, or was it like a bunch of Jesuses?
Oh,
Jesus.
and then ours was he was the one true savior.
Yeah,
But
he
there
was
was
the
just-
one that
oh,
rode the
there's just a bunch
nuclear warhead all the way to Earth.
Just banging beards together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks a lot like the Gay Pride Fest, but
I can't
obviously,
believe no one will make
tasteful.
the movies that we come up with.
I mean, we've reached out. I don't know how many times now. We keep. I don't know. Nobody responds, but
I mean, could you imagine going to theaters, watching G-Eye,
geez, I.
the battle
Fuck.
for Earth?
Oh boy. What was that? That was that. John. What the hell is it? John Carpenter? No, that's the vampire guy. Who was the
John
Nope.
Carter?
John Carter? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was Mars Jesus.
he
From
kind of
Earth.
he looked. Might be onto something there. He
That
did kinda look like
motherfucker
Jesus.
that's in the newest one plays like a SEAL or a military member in like 99% of the movies that he's in, and he has the shittiest fucking salutes of anyone ever. Yeah, just
I like the. I can't remember if they told me to stick my fingers together or spread them apart as far as possible.
far as fucking possible. I got 50. Let's just No, this is right. I promise.
This is right. You know, somebody tried to stop him, and then he like put his hand together, but then he bent his arm at like a 90-degree angle.
There's some good ones. There's a recent thing with the Division had a problem with it, and fucking Pharah from Overwatch, which is from the future. So I guess